See. All right, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Tuesday, August 11th. We are live, guys. We are live. We're live and active. Absolutely live and active. We're live and active. Let me know if we're good to go in terms of we have sound, we have visuals, everything is good. All right, so we are live on YouTube and we are also live on. Oh, okay, so now now on TikTok, as soon as you click live, you're going live. That's wild. All right, so we're live on TikTok and we're live on YouTube as well. This is a Tuesday, new day, new energy. Let's see what the market has for us. Today the read is pretty straightforward. I'm looking for something very simple and straightforward. I want to see price get down here into this gap. I want to see a reaction from this gap, and then I want to take price to the upside. That is what I'm looking for today. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. So we're just getting started. It's 1 p.m. Ghana time, 9 a.m. Eastern. Welcome in, Stanley FX Gold Albania, user 409. Welcome in, welcome in. Make sure you like the stream. Make sure you're subscribed if you aren't. All right. Today we're looking for a long on the NASDAQ, okay? Looking for a long on the NASDAQ. Let me know if you've taken a trade today. Let me know if you've taken a trade today, guys. If you trade a New York session and you've already taken a trade, I don't know, but I don't know what you're trading, guys. But let's see what we get today. I have a good feeling about today. I have an amazing feeling about today. Let's see what the market gives us. Welcome in, Charmaine. How you doing? Titans, Al Hassan, Fred, Ice Kid, Chelsea, Raymond, Sexy. Seriously, is that your name? Elaguchi, Mr. Yusuf, H. Oh, Mr. Yusuf liked the live. I appreciate you, bro. Arisami, welcome in, welcome in. So we can do a pre-market analysis just now so that man, I'll do a pre-market analysis just now. I see. Okay, let me just hold on to that. Let me just hold on to that. I'll let you guys know in a second. But guys, we're looking for longs, okay? We're looking for a long. We can go to the 30 minutes. Let's go to the 30 minutes and look at what the market has shown us since yesterday. And if you're someone who understands market structure, this would be very straightforward. So from the past couple of days, looking at price action from last week or last 2 weeks, you notice that we have seen bullish price action. So higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. And if you take note, I'm doing this on the higher time frame. Okay, I'm looking at this on the 30 minute. So we're having a series of higher highs and higher lows. Okay. Last week, Wednesday, we broke these highs, relative equal highs right here, and that sparked a pullback. Okay. Now that pullback got to this 30-minute gap. I believe we caught a trade from here on Thursday, right? We caught a trade from here, a nice trade from here on Thursday. Once price tapped into that 30-minute fair value gap, got to this support level, and we had a bounce back to the upside. So in my head, like looking at the fact that we've reacted from this gap and price has never gotten back here, and we keep breaking highs, like keep creating structure to the upside. Okay, I do have a bullish bias. I do have a bullish bias. Okay, yes, we pulled back yesterday, but that also reacted from a 30-minute gap. You guys can see that there was a 30-minute gap right there. If you guys can see that, we came into that 30-minute gap and there was a reaction outside of it. We today, just during London session, we came back into that 30-minute gap and there has been another push out of that gap. Okay, so what the hell was that? Okay. All right. So ideally, what this is telling me is that lower prices fighting against lower prices. Why is my memory so high? Guys, give me a second, yeah? What the hell is using up all my memory? Okay, CapCut is open. I see. Uh, guys, give me 1 second. I'm just trying to make sure things are safe before we proceed, yeah? Okay, so we're down. Memory is down. It's funny. It's funny how I have like 64 gigs of RAM and I'm using like 80% of it. I wonder. I wonder. All right, cool. Cool. I think we're good. We're good. Okay, let's check the comments, all right? FTY God, you're spamming. You're spamming comments. Please, what do you think about tomorrow's signal for CPI? Is it a buy or a sell? So I mean, we can look at the actual data. We can look at the previous data and the forecasted data, and we can determine. But for now, I don't have like a magic ball to tell you to buy or to sell, right? But we can look at the data, we can look at the price action, and we can kind of figure out what CPI might want to do. But based on today's price action, I'm looking at a bullish move. So yeah, that's just based on today's price action. I'm looking at a bullish move for today, at least for today. All right, let's see how the day ends, and maybe that will give us a sign of what CPI might want to do. All right, so as you've mentioned, let's go check CPI. Let's go look at it. So previous value was 0.2. Forecasted value was 0.3, which is in terms of hold on. No, previous value is negative 0.4, right? And the forecast is 0.1, which is saying that inflation is kind of increasing over the month, right? So what I'll anticipate is if people are anticipating that the economy is going to the trash, people are most likely going to invest more in gold, right? People are going to invest in gold and metals. And we anticipate that the dollar is going to keep dropping. I don't know what's happening with the DXY. Let's take a quick peek into what's happening on the DXY. Okay, DXY has been bearish for some time. Okay, so it makes sense that CPI will just continue the move to the downside, like based on the news release. So now what happens? What would happen on the NASDAQ? Potentially, we could see increasing prices on the NASDAQ, but that might just be short-lived. Okay. That might just be short-lived. So I think that the most money people can make on CPI is maybe trading gold, because there's a direct correlation as to what people might want to invest in and what people might not want to invest in, right? So yeah, I think I do understand why people like gold. I understand why people like to trade gold, because when the dollar, the DXY is dumping, you know, people are sometimes investing in gold, so gold goes up. All right, guys, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Okay, memory's looking good now. Welcome in. So today we're looking at a interesting read. We just want price to sweep these relative equal lows, no low resistance lows down here. Okay, so once we sweep these, get into this area, then we can catch a potential long back to these highs. So that's pretty much the game plan for today. Okay. As always, join the Telegram because what I do send the real-time alerts as soon as I take the trade. You guys don't see me typing, right? As soon as I take it, it goes there automatically, which is amazing, which is absolutely amazing. So I urge you guys to pop in there and let's hang out. Oh, thanks for joining the live. Cool. Wow, what's good? What's good, brother? I'm fantastic. How you doing? Do you take any trades today, bro? You took any trades today? Yeah, NASDAQ. We're trading the NASDAQ today. We always are active on the NASDAQ. You took a sell on gold. How's it going though? I noticed that gold was trying to like buy up from earlier today. Are you still in the trade? Oh, you just took a sell. Oh, that's interesting. Is it because of the gap we're in? The It's in the fair value gap, so we're expecting to go down a bit. Yeah. I do see that gap. I do see that gap. I do see, bro. I drew these lines yesterday. So, one of the first trading strategies that the 1 hour time frame, yeah, I do see it. I do see it. One of the first trading strategies that I learned, and this is like years ago, was trend lines. It's one of the first trading strategies I learned. Trend lines. Wait, was it trend lines? Yeah, it was trend lines. Then I moved to support and resistance. Now, what I noticed about those strategies, right, is that they do work. Yeah, you not get like a 100% win rate, but they do work. And a lot of times that they do work, you need to be relying on the higher time frames a lot of times, right? You cannot really, I don't think you can really like make money if you're trading trend lines on lower time frames, bro. You're gonna get cooked. Nas Ventures, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. John Scalper. Okay, you tried. John Scalper, you tried. Um, Soldier. So 5 minute trend line on gold right now is working. You know what? If you're trading a trend line, it can work for some time because as I was saying earlier, the markets they don't move up in one direction forever. Okay, the markets would move up and then it pulls back. So if you are trading trend lines, yes, it could work for some time, but at some point you take losses when price just wants to break the trend line, right? You would at some point take losses. And sometimes you'd see price come to the trend line, right? It gives you whatever entry signal you're looking for, and then it breaks the trend line, right? In certain cases, that's that. But what I noticed, based on how I was taught, okay, it might not be the perfect way to trade trend lines, but based on how I was taught, like the higher time frames, using the trend lines in the higher time frames hold a lot more weight than the lower time frames. Perhaps maybe the lower time frames you use them for entries. I don't know, but yeah. So Soldier, is that what you do? You trade trend lines with NASDAQ as well? Nana, follow the creator, the live creator. Thank you, Nana, for the follow. I appreciate it. So the market opens in 15 minutes, guys. So we have to lock in. Guys, you already know what I'm looking for, okay? I want to see a push down into this area. I want to see a push down into this area, and then we get a rejection from here and take price up. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Pretty simple, nice and easy. Okay, you don't trade NAS. Okay. All right, cool. Cool. Another thing, and as you've said that, like another thing I've noticed is not all strategies work for everything. Like on the NASDAQ, it deals with market structure and liquidity. If you trade the exact same strategy on gold, you might have a challenge. You might need to tweak the way you trade because look, I can even prove it to you, right? If you look, we have a few minutes. If you look at the strategy that kind of runs the way I trade, okay? If you look at the strategy on TradingView right here, I'm just going to give you guys a very quick demonstration. Come on. It takes a while, so just wait for it to load. But when you look at the performance on the NASDAQ based on exactly the way I trade, and you compare the performance to gold, you see a big difference. You see a big difference. So I was just recently trying to explore how, what are the dynamics, like what needs to change on the strategy that actually would make it profitable for gold. And bro, I mean, you guys who are trading gold, I really want to know. Like, I really want to know. So this is it. It loaded up right here. So basically, the P&L over I think a year is like 40% growth. Profitability is like 54%, and the profit factor is like 2.7. Okay. Now let's see how it looks on gold. I don't know if it'll take long to load, but let's see how it looks on gold. So remember the percentage over a year was like 40%. Profit factor was 2.7. All right. So it's loading on gold. Let's see how it looks on gold. Bro, these bots, man, we're not joining your Telegram group. We're not joining your Telegram group. Leave us alone. Welcome in. So we're trading the NASDAQ. We're waiting for the markets to open. All right. But for now, we're just doing a quick demonstration on the strategy, how the strategy applies to gold, right? You can clearly see that there is a difference. Okay, so on gold, like look at how the equity curve is looking, right? Look at how the equity curve is looking. Over that period, it took 71 trades, similar to the NASDAQ. But as compared to the NASDAQ had a over 50% win rate, but gold had a 38% win rate. The profit factor was 1 as compared to NASDAQ's 2.7. So this is like a clear indication, right? It's very obvious. Now the max drawdown was 8% and the total PNL was 0.59. So in my head, this is not very, like if you're trading exactly this on the gold, you might not see the profits that you want to see. You might take losses that you can't even understand or you can't explain. So it really depends on the pair you're trading. The strategy is very important. So some people will go and learn a strategy, right? And they'll come and trade a strategy and they wouldn't be seeing profits. They wouldn't understand why they're not seeing profits, but it's simply because you're trading the wrong strategy on the wrong pair. Ghetto Villa. Good morning. How you doing? I'm fine. I'm doing absolutely fantastic. Waiting for the markets to open right now to see what we get. Gold gets a lot of battering from the geopolitical news and any changes in the interest rates. Ari, last night, I spent quite some time trying to do some work with AI to figure out what actual strategies work, because at this point I have data, I have actual market data. So I'm just like doing a lot of work with AI, trying to run data with strategies to see which strategies are profitable. And can you imagine, like the AI did extensive research on what, volume, moving averages. It did a lot of research, and for some reason, right? For some reason, it wasn't able to find a profitable strategy on gold, right? I did have some metrics that I was looking at to determine profitability, but like one of the most powerful AI LLMs is telling us that yes, other pairs you can have profitable strategies, but gold, like there's not one strategy that you can say that it's profitable. So it's crazy. Like that's why I'm genuinely curious. I'm asking if anyone is on the stream here that trades gold, let me know. Okay, let me know what strategy you're using. I would like to do some tests on that strategy. Amir, what's good, my bro? How you doing? It's been a while. I think I didn't see you on the stream yesterday, did I? Gets manipulated a lot. How are you, Lewis? Ari, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Do I use the RSI for NAS? So no, not really. Not really. So the NASDAQ, right? The only indicator that I've ever like relied on with the NASDAQ is the MACD. And there's an interesting way that I use the MACD. Maybe I can just talk about it a little bit. ICC for gold. Oh, okay. ICC on what time frame? Like what time frames do you use? What time frames do you use? So okay, wait, Soldier, you said ICC for gold, right? I'll test that out. ICC is from this dude. I forget his name. Luis Trader. What's good? What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, Sai. Yeah. I know that dude. Okay, all right. I'll take a look at his strategy and see if there is profitability because right now, bro, I really, really trust data. I think everybody should get to a point where they use like some form of AI or some form of robot to take their trades because the emotions are not going anywhere. Your emotions are literally not going anywhere. Okay, Ari, you said what? RSI is pretty good for gold. Bro, let me take notes and I'll give you guys feedback maybe tomorrow. I'm going to take notes and I'll give you guys feedback tomorrow, yeah? So you said ICC. I'm going to take note of that. You said ICC, right? We have 8 minutes until the market opens. RSI. Wait, Ari, did you say price action, liquidity sweeps, market structure does help for gold? Is that what you're saying? Wait, hold on. Price action, liquidity sweeps. Okay, look sweeps. Yeah. Yes, I noticed that liquidity sweeps do work for gold as well. But not on the lower time frames. You need to use anything above the 15-minute is good. So yeah, I do agree. Market structure as well. Yeah. Absolutely. So yeah, I'll test that. I'll test all of that tonight to see what it is. But I do have an idea that liquidity sweeps still do work out on gold. How does the AI help? So the AI helps in a couple ways. If you have an AI bot and you told the AI bot to trade and make money for you, it's likely going to fail, right? It wouldn't really have an edge. Okay. What wait, hold on. Coel? Yes, it does. Yeah. Okay. Yes, pretty basis on the 4 hour. Okay. 4 hour and the 1 hour. All right. So you guys are dropping nuggets here. I'm going to test all that. 4 hour and 1 hour. Daily, weekly. Okay. All right. We do have about 6 minutes until the market opens. But yeah, okay, makes sense. Makes Bro, Ari, Sandra is probably a bot. It's probably a bot, bro. Okay, cool. Says liquidity sweeps, OB, FEGs. Okay. That's a okay. So what the thing that I'm seeing cutting across what you guys are talking about, it's literally liquidity, right? I still see a lot of liquidity in what you guys are saying. So order blocks, um, fair value gaps, also liquidity, right? And higher time frames, daily, hourly, 4 hour, and 15. All right. Yeah, guys, I'll be coming to you with some data tomorrow, okay? On which really works. Which really works. Okay. All right, cool. Luis Trader, what strategy do you trade on? Yeah, so I was saying, how does the AI help? So the AI will so here's what the AI can do research for you, right? It can build the bot that would act on price based on your edge. So your edge can be RSI, right? Your edge can be support and resistance, um, etc. So, but if you say it should just look at price and buy when it feels like price is going up, like it would fail miserably. So you have to kind of feed, there's something in trading called garbage in, garbage out. So you have to kind of guide it in a way in order to do trades. And there's also something important here. And if you guys are techies, right, you have to build machine learning so that the bot is able to learn from its mistakes and make tiny updates or tiny edits to improve the way it analyzes the data. All right. Can you code? Yes, I do. I do. I have a computer science background, to be honest. So how am I getting this data? So getting it from multiple sources. Alpaca is one. I'm getting some data from Alpaca. I'm also getting some data from MetaTrader, so a broker from MetaTrader, Pepperstone, and I'm also getting some data from TradingView itself. Okay, so I'm using a webhook to pass some data to the bot. So it has like multiple sources that it's getting the data from. So how can I set the AI? Well, it's a soldier. That's a very broad question. Like, how can you set the AI? So the main AI I use Claude and um uh Codex. Okay, so Claude does a lot of the planning, and then it works with Codex to polish the plan. But Claude literally does a lot of the execution. Okay, market is open. Let's lock in. Let's lock in. Let's lock in. All right. Let's absolutely lock in. So I am bullish for today. What I want to see is price come down, sweep some of these lows. Okay, tap into this 30-minute gap down here. All right. All this is low resistance liquidity. Want us to come down, and we get a reaction from here. Some people will take a limit order from here, but in my opinion, that is a little too risky. A lot of times, if you took a limit order from a point of interest, it's like 50-50. It feels like gambling to me. So usually I would like to wait for at least a reaction, an opposing candle in this area before I take my trade. Or if the zone is, I'm not very confident in that particular zone, I like to wait for a 3-minute change in the state of delivery, showing me that price is slowing down and price is ready to turn around. All right. So that's what I'm looking out for. So market opened, it opened up, immediately started to push to the upside. Immediately started to push to the upside. So as you guys know, that does not move us in any way. We are just going to sit on our hands. We're going to be patient to get price coming down to us. All right. Welcome in. If this is your first time joining, make sure you spam the likes, make sure you follow. We're live on YouTube and TikTok. We're live on YouTube and TikTok. When the dollar is strong, does it affect the NASDAQ? in setting in okay, as I explained this yesterday, like there should be context, right? So if the dollar is moving up because I'm trying to give you a good example. Du- 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 du. Let's say interest rates. What's happening? What is happening? It's not showing here, but on the actual broker, price is like down there. All right, and it's now moving. Wow, if you're trading with TradingView, guys, you might get cooked because on the broker, I saw it move long before TradingView. Long before TradingView moved. All right, so we're in this area right now. I want us to dig a little deeper. Coel, or is it Coel, right? I'll answer that shortly. Hold on. I want to see what we can get here. So we're in that area. We're in that 3-minute gap. If the next candle opens bullish, rejecting that level, then I probably would take an entry. But let's see. Let's see if we can get a reaction, a rejection from here. Crazy. That's a a crazy candle, and that's the reason why sometimes using limit orders are a little risky, because if you had a limit order there, like look at this craziness, you know, look at this craziness. All right, so we're back into that 30-minute gap that has held price. It held price earlier today during London session, and we are back into it. We are back into that gap. Let's see if that gap holds price. This gap holds price. So wherever it is means that this has to be our new, wherever we get a reaction, right? This has to be our new low. That's where the stop loss goes. Okay. So liquidity in my head, right? We've taken out liquidity. All right. At this point, I feel like price has taken out significant. Let's go to the 30. Let's see how it's looking. Okay, we might even dig deeper. But in my head, price has taken out a lot of liquidity, right? In 15 minutes, in 15 seconds, this candle closes, and then we wait for the next 3 minutes to see what happens if we're rejecting this area. Okay, I'm already seeing us see like a wick, but the next candle will tell us what price wants to do. All right, so we have a new 3-minute candle. We have a new 3-minute candle, guys. Are we rejecting? Waiting, confirm. Pauline, thanks for the follow. Manipulation candle. Yes, it's definitely a manipulation candle happening just 3 minutes into the open. It's crazy. Wait. Manipulation have 3 minutes into the open. I want to see what the next 3 minute does. Anything special about a 3 minute? So the 3 minute, it gives me more confirmation compared to the 1 minute. If you look at 3-minute price action and you look at the 1 minute, the 1 minute, how should I describe this? The 1 minute can deceive you a lot, right? But the 3 minute gives you a lot more confirmation that the 1 minute doesn't give you. Okay, so for the 1 minute, people will see an IFEG on the 1 minute, but I will see more of like a bullish engulfing, or if I wanted more confirmation, I would wait for like a change in the state of delivery. But on the 1 minute, it might not be as clear as, on the 1 minute, it might not be as clear as the 3. So that's why I use that. I use that. Okay. All right. So this the The second candle is digging even deeper. Wait, Austin, you said ORB. Was that in response to the question about what strategies work on gold? Zabra is in the building. What's good? What's good? What's good? Manipulation incomplete. Wait for minutes. Austin. All right, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, okay. You're okay. Got it. I understand you. I get you. So, how about open range breakout? Do people trade open range breakout on gold? And if you do that too, what session? Yeah, another thing I didn't ask you guys. If you are trading these, what session exactly are you trading on gold? One of the tests I run was Asia and London, and both Asia and London were not profitable on gold. What it was saying is it's more profitable if you're buying and holding overnight. Um, I don't know. Gold traders in the chat. Gold traders in the chat. Tell me about that. Tell me about that. All right. Okay. Okay. Enough of all this craziness. All right. So this is our last line of defense. I want to see what is happening within this area. Um, okay. Let's see what happens from here. Let's see what happens from here. Now, I've put this on here. Like, if we're breaking this low, I might just not look to take longs. But as long as we're reacting from here, I think we're still in the game. Soldier. Yeah. So Austin was saying something about ORB. So I was asking if he's referring to ORB, orb on gold, or orb on the NASDAQ. And I was also asking, what times do you guys trade gold? What times do you guys trade gold? AJ Trader says buy gold. Guys. All right, so we're getting a reaction from there, guys. We're getting a reaction from there. I know my bot might want to take a trade from here. With the stops perhaps below this low, something like this. Right, and it'll probably do a 1:2. So we have about a minute, and yeah, nice reaction from there. We've taken out London lows, okay? Taken out London lows. We've tapped into this OB, which had some gaps right there, and we're reacting out of it. So I don't mind taking a long if this candle closes nicely, right? On the 1 minute, it might look, yeah, on the 1 minute, it might look like an IFEG right here, which is pretty awesome, right? So that's like double confirmation. Let me mark this green. Okay, let's get back to the 3. Just wait for that candle. I don't really like the way it's moving. Let's see, in 20 seconds, let's see if it turns back around. In 20 seconds, let's see if it turns back around, guys. But the selling momentum has been crazy. I honestly do see it slowing down from here. Honestly do see it slowing down. Welcome in. We're live on YouTube, we're live on TikTok. Okay, all right. So you see, it took the trade. It took the trade right there. Let's wait for the next candle, guys. If you are in the VIP, you would have received an alert of that particular trade. Right, but for me, because we still have that IFEG still pending, I want us to close above it, and then I'll take my entry. I'll take my entry there. Today is a Tuesday. We do have, hold on a second. We do have CPI tomorrow. So guys, don't fall victim to seek and destroy price action today, guys. All right, don't fall victim to seek and destroy price action. Okay, all right. So that is the rejection that I want to see. Let's get a closure above. Let's get a closure above. And then we can execute. We do have 1 minute and 30 seconds to do that. For this trade, I will do a 1:2. Okay, I will do a 1:2. Available now. Guys, make sure you spam the likes. We're about to get into a long right here. Let's get the likes up. Hopefully the markets can be kind to us today. All right, hopefully the markets can be kind to us today. So I'm just looking for a close. Let's see, the 1 minute, do we have a close? 1 minute closes in 3. All right, so I will jump in. IPG, close. Okay. All right, so I'm in a long, guys. I'm in a long trade. And wait, do I have the thing on? My stops are below this low. And I'm looking to do a 1:2 on this one. All right, so guys, I'm in a long trade, guys. We're going to manage this pretty aggressively. We do have a BPR somewhere in this area. So as soon as we get to 1:1, I would want to protect this trade. All right, so let's see. 56. All right, that's cool. So once we get into this area, I'd like to protect the trade, okay? I like to go break even once we get here. Nice. So the bot actually got it's using an immediate rejection inside the zone. Come on now. Push. We don't want any stress on this one. Oops. Wait, stops move to break even? Are you serious? All right. So the bot is already managing the trade aggressively, guys. I am not break even yet, but the bot is. You got edged by a tick? Ooh. Like you got what was it, break even or what? I'm still in though. I don't know if the bot is gonna get stopped out, but I'm still in. Yeah, peace of the entry live. All right, guys. Oh, your entry. Man, okay. Man, I think I got like double confirmation on that one. That's why I market executed. If I wanted to wait for the candle close, my entry would have been up here, which, it's pretty bad feel, but let's see how this goes. The bots will probably exit somewhere around here. Right around there is where I want to see my break even active. So let's wait to see if we can get a push to the upside. Oh, guys, I actually failed to do this. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Ooh, that was bad. Sometimes I just forget to start the live stream in the Discord. Eesh. My bad. Sorry. Ooh, what is that pullback? Hopefully the bot is not stopped out at break even. It might be stopped out at break even, guys. All right. Yeah, I think the bots will be out at break even. Yes, it is. Okay, so I'm still in the trade. I'm still in the trade. Let's see. Move to break even. Why is this thing saying 37? Okay, 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 okay. All right, cool. Uh, 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 uh. The days before CPI, at some point in my trading, right, I said I was not going to trade days before CPI because you could get seek and destroy price action. But over the years, I'm like, just trade mechanically, right? If you see something, just act on it. Okay, so NASDAQ, what are you doing? NASDAQ, what are you doing? Okay, so we're pulling back to that level. Are we getting a money sweep? Oh my goodness. So I'm out of that trade, guys. Bro, the NASDAQ is on some drugs. The NASDAQ is on some drugs. So yeah, the bot took a negative 68-point stop loss. Oh man, that's crazy. That is crazy. So let's assume this is a money sweep. Let's see if after price taking us out, let's see if price is gonna reject and turn back around. Bro, this is crazy, guys. This is absolutely crazy. Okay, but we're still bullish as long as, let's see. Ah, my goodness. So we've taken out the Asia low. We've taken out the Asia low. Now, if we're not getting a rejection from this level, then this is probably going to be a bias flip. But I haven't actually put the long idea aside just yet. Positioning closed at 0 points. All right, let's see what's happening. So what I've done is I've actually hooked up the bot to 100K eval. I've hooked up the bot to 100K eval. I did that this morning. So I want to see how it performs. Yeah, we might just have a bias flip on this one. The bearish momentum is a confluence to hold your entry. How do you mean? How do you mean to hold my entry? Oh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, guys. So I'm just waiting to see the reaction. We've created a lower low, lower high, lower low. I want to see if we're coming back to break this high. Then that would mean that we just got manipulated. But if we continue to create bearish structure, right, to create a lower high and create a lower low, then that is a sign that we're flipping bias and we're going down. I'm checking if it was able to take the trade on the evaluation. Let me see. Hold on, guys. Oh man, yesterday we took some losses. Today too, we've taken the first loss. Let's see. Let's just see what the NASDAQ is doing. Let's just see what the NASDAQ is doing. See what the NASDAQ is doing here. Yeah. So I'm looking. This is what I'm looking at. Okay, we're leaving behind this gap here after closing this. So for example, we create a gap, we tap into the gap, and we close below this low. Then that is a bias flip. We have to look at lower draws to target. A good draw to target would be the low from Friday, August 7th. Man, to be honest, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the NASDAQ is getting on my nerves right now. So I have to relax. Okay. Let's log in here. Okay, so I'm signing into the account to see what's happening in there. Okay, so it actually took a trade, but it lost, I believe, yeah, $18 in terms of, I guess, spread, right? I don't know if this will show you guys anything sensitive, but yeah, it took it and it moved the stops to break even. Can you guys see that? Yeah, it moved the stops to break even, and it lost just $18 on that particular move. Okay, so we've left a 30-minute gap. Let's see what happens in here. No, sorry, we've left a 3-minute gap. My bad. A 3-minute. I want to see if price taps in here and rejects. If it taps in and rejects, then it means that we have a bias flip and price wants to go down. Let's see what happens there. Gold signal, bro. I keep blocking these guys every time, but they keep coming. They keep coming every time. Man, this is crazy. This is crazy. So the NASDAQ took all the liquidity, took London low, pulled back, broke below the low. If that is a money sweep, then we should see a reaction back to the upside from here. If we're not seeing that reaction back to at least this high, then it means that price wants to continue pushing down. But to be honest, like looking at the way price has moved down, I'm still not 100% confident that this thing wants to go down. I'm still not 100% confident that this wants to go down. Let's see if this was just simply a money sweep. Let's see if that was simply a money sweep. I do have one opportunity left. I want to be very careful with that. I do have one opportunity left to take a second trade. And after that, I'm walking away from this. All right, so let's see. Let's see what happens here, okay? I want to see if we're going to flip this. All right, we have a 15-minute gap above price. It looks like we're respecting that gap, aren't we? Yeah, it looks like we're respecting that gap. So this might just be a bearish flip. So we paid the price. Let's see if we get a closure below here, and that could be our second opportunity in. So at this point, I'm looking to see what happens within this 3 minute. But so far, it's telling me that it's kind of respecting that gap. But I want to see if we can push up to flip that. Sandra Bruce. Bro, how many times do I block Sandra? Oh, this is a different Sandra. I anytime I see I need a serious relationship, bro, you're going straight to jail. All right, so I do see price slowing down. Price is slowing down. Let's see how the 1 minute is looking. Okay, so the 3 minute gap is the same as the 1 minute gap right there. So if we're closing above this, I'll probably take a second stab at this, to be honest. Yeah, if we close above this gap, I will take a second stab at this one. And I'll do a 1:2 on that. But yeah, if we don't flip, then there's nothing to do. But if we flip it, then I take it. If we flip this gap, bullish, okay, we're seeing some momentum coming through. No, we haven't flipped it just yet. Yeah, so I guess that was the money sweep, right? I'm guessing that was the money sweep. Let's see. I'm guessing that was the money sweep. Hmm. In 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Okay, we haven't flipped that 1 minute gap. We're still dabbling inside of it. No strong close just yet. Yeah. I still am aligning towards the upside. As long as we are not like ripping below here and price is just like closing above, then I don't mind taking my second opportunity to the upside with this one. We do have a devil's mark on the 15. We do have this gap right here. So take note that if we get into a trade, once we get to the 15-minute, I will be aggressively protecting my trade. All right. No questions asked. That will be the price we need to pay for that. All right, so in 34 seconds, I will probably jump into a long if price remains above that gap. Okay, that will be my last and final attempt. Oh my goodness. All right, so I'm not going to take this because we're inside that gap. Them say some CPI, the maker. CPS tomorrow, right? CPS tomorrow. CPS tomorrow. Guys, I'm not taking this. Why? Because if you look on the 15 minutes, there's potentially going to be a 15-minute gap right here. Can you guys see that? Can you guys see the gap? So there's a 15-minute gap that price could just like wick in and just go. I don't want to be part of that. Right? But we do have the 10 a.m. open currently. 10 a.m. open right here. This is the 10 a.m. open. This is a 10 a.m. open. Is it advisable to trade tomorrow because of the CPI? So for me, I don't trade the news release exactly. So I trade the session following the news release. So if CPI is at 8:30 Eastern, I'm looking to take my trades around 9:30, after 9:30. Guys, I'm trying to see what's happening here, okay? I'm trying to see. The only thing I don't like is that is a 15-minute gap that price is in currently. This could definitely send price back to the downside. Major, that big drop, that big fall off, that was crazy. You trade gold around 8:30 London session. What time frame? No, when I say time frame, sorry. What time zone? Are you talking about 8:30 UTC, 8:30 Ghana time? Because 8:30 Ghana time, you're fine. News is not going to be released by then. All right, so we're waiting. We're waiting. We do have the 10 a.m. open right there. Let's look at the 10 a.m. candle. Okay. All right. Hmm. It's funny, right? It's super funny. This is a 69-point stop. All right, so now this is kind of confirmation. The only thing I don't like about this trade is the fact that we're inside a gap, a bearish gap that could, you know, just randomly just 10 get priced to 10 around against us. Right? That's the craziness of the move. Thanks for the follows, guys. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. We're trying to catch a trade here. We're trying to catch a move here. Unfortunately, we got manipulated on the first attempt. But it looks like price is moving. It looks like price is moving. Okay, no pullbacks whatsoever. We haven't gotten any pullbacks whatsoever. What is that? All right, pulling back. We're pulling back. I see a fair value gap down here that, wait, hold on. I don't want to use that. We have a fair value gap on the 3-minute that has not been tapped into. So let me put that there. And I like to see price come into it. Okay, stops will still have to be below here. And we can do a 1:2, which kind of aligns with this high. Okay, awesome. All right, so pullback will tap into the 10 a.m. and we'll also potentially tap into this 3-minute gap right here. And we'll see if we can catch something nice. But the confirmation here is saying, okay, so we have a change in the state of delivery. Right here, we had a move to the downside, pull back, went back down, and then we're closing above this particular high. Okay, so that is kind of confirmation that we want to go up. But the only thing is we're in this 15. We're in this 15. Guys, to be honest, right? The amount of manipulation in the markets is crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Not sure why. Because if we're disrespecting PDR rates, we're disrespecting fair value gaps, right? We don't expect price to keep we don't expect price to just disrespect liquidity levels, and when it feels like it just turned back around. Okay. Yeah, so this is not a bias flip because we've confirmed the change of character. So I am still bullish, guys. I am still bullish. I'm trying to look for an entry model here. An entry model here would be maybe price coming back into this area. All right, price coming back into this area to give us a move back to the upside. Let's see if price comes back. Want to get a pullback and a rejection, and we take a long from there. It's one of those days, huh? One of those days. So price decided to pull back, take out London low, take out Asia low, and decided to turn back around. So it's taking the liquidity that it wants. All we need to do is to try to find a move. Right now, I'm just seeing bullish price action, right? I'm not really seeing any moves here. Hmm. Okay. All right. All right. All right. This is painful, isn't it? Okay. I guess we gotta wait. We can't do anything at this point. We have to wait. But yeah, back to what we're talking about. I think while we wait, we can still talk about what we're talking about gold and the strategy. So what I'm getting from you guys is 4 hour, 1 hour, daily, weekly. Basically price action, liquidity, sweeps, and market structure. I think somebody mentioned ICC as well. ICC and RSI. Okay. OBs, fair value gaps. All right. I mean, that's something about strategies, right? A strategy a good edge, right? It doesn't just take one thing. Like a good edge wouldn't say, okay, I'm relying on RSI. All right. A good edge would rely on a number of things. So it can use market structure, number one. It could use liquidity sweeps. It could use even RSI to confirm if it should take trades or not. It could also use the time frames, like candles on the high time frames to take your entries or to determine the trend. So there are quite, if you think about it, like it's not as simple as, hey, okay, so ICC, right? Or what MACD, or whatever the case is. But there are a number of things that need to come together to form that edge. Okay, so we've tapped into some gaps. The only thing happening right now is that we need to be careful because we've taken our liquidity to the downside. I think something similar happened yesterday, right? We took our liquidity down. Here we took out Asia low, right? And then we turned back around. And what happened when we pulled back? Or is that when we pulled back, we decided to, dump again. So we need to be cautious about where price is in currently. We're in this gap here. Price is slowing down. Price is slowing down. Thanks for joining. Let's get the likes up. We're at 2,000 likes. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the stream motivated. Now, what happens? I was recording a video earlier about drawdown. Okay. Now, drawdown, there's a math that people don't talk about. Okay. When you are trading, right, and you are over leveraging, you dig a very deep hole, which can be very, very difficult to climb out of or crawl out of, right? And the math that people don't talk about much is, let's say you have a $10,000 account, okay, and you take 1,000, well, that's even too much risk, but you risk $1,000 on a trade. Now, that you've lost 20% of that particular account, but in order to get back to break even, you need more than 20% of the account to do that. So let me make the math even simple. So for example, you have $100,000 account, right? And you lose 50,000, which is 50% of the 100,000. Now, in order to get back to break even, you have to make 100%. Okay, so you see the logic, the math is not like symmetrical. Once you're down 50%, which is a $50,000, you need to make another $50,000 in order to you need to make another $50,000 in order to get back to break even. Guys, I'm looking at something here. If we close above this area, I will probably take a long, and that will be my last opportunity. Stops go below this this low right here. Stops will go below this low, or below this, yeah, below this low. And we do a 1:2. Right. Okay, so that closes in 1 minute. Closes in 1 minute. I do like that reaction. It means that the the gap is not really holding, because if we're tapping into bullish gaps and we're rejecting like that, it means that the gap might just not be holding. All right, so in 1 minute and 22 seconds, I'll take my second opportunity, and that'll be it for me. Oof, price is leaving. Price is leaving. Price is going. We do have a minute to decide. I do have a minute to decide on that. So nothing just yet. Nothing just yet. Okay. I want to see if we close above on the 3. Once we close above, then that will be it. 30 seconds. 30 seconds more. $15, 10. Nah, yeah, that's not the reaction we want to see. So we're not doing anything. We're not doing anything yet. Bad reaction. Bad reaction. Rosie Rexwell, thanks for sharing the live. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So, yeah, currently just waiting. Is it Rossi or Rosie? Rossi Rexwell. All right, let's see what's happening on the 3. Okay, so we're tapping into another 3. Let's see if there's a reaction. So I'm being extremely careful because we're also inside the 15-minute gap. So this could kind of get price to go back down. I'm looking to see what kind of structure has been formulated here. So if we close bullish with this particular candle above this high, I would have taken the long, but you can tell that was a rejection wick right there. Okay, that was a rejection wick. So I'm not doing anything at this point. I'm waiting to see if there are going to be any more reactions. We do have 10 a.m. open is right here. 10 a.m. open is right here. Okay, so let's see. Kendrick, thanks for following. Joe, thanks for following. Okay, thanks for following. So we're looking for a trade. Looking for the last trading opportunity right here. We're tapping into a 3. Hendrick was good. We're tapping into this 3. Um, let's see if we can get a rejection from here. If we flip this 3, I'll be looking at this 10 a.m. If we disrespect this 10 a.m., then we probably want to see lower prices. But let's see what we have here. Yeah, price, you can tell that price is struggling to push up. But that 15-minute gap is giving price a tough time. We're inside a 5-minute as well. All right, rejection. We have a rejection. Okay. All right. I'm waiting for a flip here. I'm waiting for a flip, guys. YouTube fam, what's good? What's good? What's good? YouTube is awfully quiet today. All right, so it looks like we're really struggling to do anything. Price is struggling to do anything there, so I'll just hold on. I was looking at a flip up here. Once price tapped into that 5, once price tapped into that 3. But yeah, it is struggling. It is struggling to do anything. Nope. 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 Come on now, come on, come on, come on. Show us something. Show us something. Okay, we're getting a 3 minute, CSD. So we're getting a 3 minute CSD right now, telling us that let's take a quick look. Hold on. We tapped into this 1 minute, we rejected. Okay. 3 minute CSD, closing in 1 minute. Okay, all right. Okay, so I'm just waiting to get more structure. At this point, nothing clean for me to do. Yo, Giddy. Giddy, all is well, G. As well, G. I'm trying to see what kind of reaction we're getting from this 15. Whether we want to see lower prices or price wants to respect and continue the move back to the upside. How's everything on your end? How's everything on your side? But I see that we're slowing down. I'm seeing a couple wicks up and down. So live a life you will remember. All right, that tiny 1 minute gap is holding price. A tiny 1 minute gap is holding price. All right, we've done almost an hour into the open. Yeah, but at this point, I'm looking at the reaction based on what I'm seeing just now. There is a 3 minute CISD, so we can use the 10 a.m. as a liquidity level to go break even, or even these gaps below to go break even. I want to get more confirmation on that one. I want to get a little more confirmation there because it looks like we're kind of consolidating. There's something I noticed, right, about some other traders. So what they do is, and like a lot of them also would like be streaming and stuff. What they do is they take multiple trades, right? They take multiple trades, and when they have like one winner, then they kind of like make so much noise about it. Shaquille, he said heading for buys. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at price action currently. Prime trade, TikTok jail. See you later. See you later. All right, so ES, what's ES doing? ES took out those highs. We've left previous days highs, left previous days lows. Okay, so ES might also be heading up. The NASDAQ, yeah. So the NASDAQ is creating a 3 minute CISD. has created a 3 minute CSD. So I am jumping in a long right now. So I'm in a long trade, guys, and that's my last opportunity at, at this trade idea. Okay, if this doesn't work, then GG's. We leave it alone. Okay, 30-minute. All right, so that's it. That's it for me, guys. That is it for me. That's it for me. Monday, Tuesday, absolutely crazy. Days before, look at that. As soon as we jumped in, look at that. As soon as we jumped in, price wants to do something. Yeah, guys, this is not going to work. It's not going to work. All right, so let's go back to the 3. You said will price come to the, so I was looking at the tap in. We had a tap in on the 5-minute, we had a tap in on the 3-minute. We have a 3-minute change in the state of delivery currently. We've closed above that high. And as soon as that happened, price is now turning around. Yeah, it's absolutely effed up. So yeah, that's it. I'm not going to sit around and babysit this. I'm literally out of this trade, guys. If you guys are in the Telegram, you'd see the alerts. It's unfortunate, but yeah, it's unfortunate, but that is the second leg of the manipulation we've experienced today. There was a 15-minute. Yeah, we'll go again tomorrow. It's crazy. I'm sure we'll take a couple of trades that would probably get us out of that, but this is just nasty. So here's what happened. Let's just do a quick review of what happened. So market opens up, runs to take out London low, shows us an immediate reaction. An immediate reaction from what? So we took out the low, tapped into a fair value gap, tapped into this order block right here, and then gave us an immediate reaction that failed. We paid the price for that. That was fine. So we had a second sweep. So that sweep came down to finally take out the Asia low. Okay, finally took out the Asia low, and there was a reaction. Okay, so we did nothing here because this could have just reacted from this gap and continued going down, but it didn't go down, right? It didn't continue down. It pushed above this area, and the idea was, okay, so if it's pushing above this, it's going into this 15-minute fair value gap, right? It's at least going into this 15-minute fair value gap to continue the move to the downside, all right? Okay, so price got into the 15-minute fair value gap, and yes, it did slow down, right? Now there are some gaps in here along the way up that price, you can tell these are wicks, okay? These are all wicks, and these wicks were telling me after how many minutes? After 15, 20, 21 minutes, telling me that these wicks down here, literally telling me that price is struggling, all right? Price is struggling to close below this level. Okay, so now what was my confirmation? My confirmation was to take the flip, this particular candle closing above this price right here. That was simply my confirmation, okay? And I put my stops below this particular low. Okay, so this was a trade idea right here after the close, right here, stops below, where is that? Stops below this candle, right? This candle. And what do we see here? Price, as soon as we entered, okay? As soon as we entered, price came down once again for God knows what reason. And it's kind of turning back around, all right? It's kind of turning back around. If your stop loss was slightly, my broker didn't allow me to stay in the trade, but if your stop loss was slightly below that, you would still be in there. Okay, now if you were managing the trade, you can wait until we close above this to go break even. All right, that would be the safest thing to do. Yeah, it happens. Manipulation happens. Manipulation does happen. So yeah. My limit got hit. You put a limit right above the 10 a.m. open. You put a limit right above the 10 a.m. open. Like the reason why I'm not even looking at the 10 a.m. open is for the past couple of days now, 10 a.m. has not been respected. It's only I think last week Friday 10 a.m. was respected. Usually it would just open up the 10 a.m. and just go in one direction. That's why I'm not really bent on taking the 10 a.m. trade. But I saw my entry model play out right here. We tapped into a 5 minute. We tapped into a 5 minute. Okay. We tapped into a 3. And then we had a change in the state of delivery right here. Okay. Right here. Closing above that. But what price is doing here? If you ask me, bro, I wouldn't be able to explain to you why we had this move to the downside. It's just simply manipulation. So let's see if this holds. Let's see if this 3 minute flip holds to take price back to the upside. So there's something about ATR and stop losses. There's something about ATR and stop losses. So you see the bot, right? The bot took an entry right here, and instead of putting the stop loss right below the wick, it didn't do that. It actually left a 7 point gap, okay, below the wick, right? If you're using ATR, it tells you that you don't put your stop loss right below the low. You give it a little breathing room, okay? Now, if you gave it a little breathing room, yes, you would have still been able to maintain that trade and probably manage the trade later on. But for me, it's like it's habit, right? When I take the trade, the stops just go below the low. I guess I need to update. I need to follow what the bot has been doing by giving a gap based on ATR, a small gap below the low. But yeah. In as much as this might still be valid, I have two opportunities, and that is it. Okay. It prevents me from digging a bigger hole for myself, right? It prevents me from digging a bigger hole for myself that could be difficult to climb out of. Okay, so two trades, I'm done. I'm not interacting with the markets again. Um, where you got stopped out, that's where your buy limit was. Oh, okay. So wait, if what was your shoot yeah, bro. Yeah, we got stopped out. Like I took a CIST move right here, and yeah, I got stopped out. There was also like what's that? 1 minute 1 minute fair value gap down here that got flipped. But as soon as we took the entry, boom, candle straight against us. And now we're moving sideways. So I'm literally not going to interact. I'm going to leave it alone. Where you got stopped? That's where your buy limit was. Oh, okay. That's interesting. That's interesting. So your limit was above the 10 a.m. Your limit was above the 10 a.m. Why though? Why do you do that? Oh, okay. On that 1 minute IFVG. Yeah. It looks like we're moving sideways. It looks like we're moving sideways, guys. Hello, sent you a DM about partnerships. I will check it out. I will check it out. Main, where are you listening from? Where are you listening in from? See what the 15 is looking like. Okay. All right. So I see, is it Truly's boy? I see that there is a 15-minute fair value gap there, right? Is that what you use for your entry? Because we do have another inversion fair value gap here. And even that one has failed, or that one is failing. That one is failing at this point. Um, okay. Let's see what price does. We have a couple minutes. Let's see what price wants to do here. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Like, look at this on the NASDAQ. Look at this PA. Look at this PA on the NASDAQ, guys. Do something. Decide. Decide. We can't have you doing this, NASDAQ. We can't have you doing this, NASDAQ. So as you can see, when the NASDAQ is trending, it is trending. When it's falling, it is falling. It's moving, it is moving. Right? But these days, these kind of days, sideways price action is what we don't like on the NASDAQ. Okay, all right. So 15 minutes, 15-minute time frame. We are still in a bearish gap. We are still in the bearish gap. I'm just gonna probably do this analysis for you guys. Unfortunately, I'm not able to take any more trades. So I'm just gonna do the analysis for you guys. If there's anything I see that is interesting, I will let you guys know. All right, but take note that we're inside a 15-minute fair value gap. That could send price, it could send price lower. All right. But as I was saying, you see this red box I drew? It's literally telling me that the sellers are having a tough time pushing price down. We're getting into this gap, this 5-minute gap, 3-minute gap right there, and just rejecting. Right, you can see the wicks coming out of that area. But the fact that we took the entry right there and immediately saw this aggressive candle, bro, I'm stepping out of this. I'm genuinely not interested in this anymore. Okay, I'm not interested in this. But if you were to ask me, is like, do I sell or do I buy? What I'll say is just wait to see what kind of reaction happens when we get into the 10 a.m. or when we get into this last 3-minute gap. If we're getting some kind of a rejection from here that is very strong, then price might want to see higher prices. But if we're getting in here and we're breaking through and you continue to see bearish price action from here, then price could be going down. But for me, I'll advise you just stay out. Tomorrow is CPI. If you've been trading long enough, you notice that the days before CPI, there's uncertainty and price simply does not respect. It simply does not respect structure, right? It does what the hell it wants. So ideally, this should have been extremely bullish. As soon as we took out the low, as soon as we tapped into this OB, it should have gone, right? Or even if we were taking out this low as a money sweep, we should have just like continued up into this OB at least, and then maybe like dump. But yes, we did have a 15-minute. It is struggling within the 15-minute. But it looks like it's now breaking out. It's now breaking out of that area. Okay, so we've tapped into that 10 a.m., right? It's tapped into that 10 a.m. See if there's going to be some reaction. See if there's going to be some reaction. Let's see. So this is a 10 a.m. Let's see if the 10 a.m. works. I'm not taking that trade, okay? I'm not taking this. I'm just putting it on as a steady for you guys. But I'm not taking the 10 a.m. Okay, so if you had a limit order on a 10 a.m. candle, at this point, this could have been a break even. Let's see, this could have been break even. Right now, I'm tape reading, guys. I'm not in a trade, guys. Don't jump in just because I have this on. Okay, tape trade. So that's a 10 a.m. model. Right, we've had low resistance. Like we've gradually crawled down to the 10 a.m. We tagged the 10 a.m. and it's reacting from there. So 10 a.m. 10-point stop. Call it 1:5. Right, once price takes out this high, you go break even. So that should be break even. That should be break even. So you just have to wait to see if price gets to that high. So the 10 a.m. actually played out today. Interesting. The 10 a.m. The 10 a.m. actually worked out. 10 a.m. actually worked out today. It literally has not worked out in a while, but it is working out. The last time we saw a good trade on the 10 a.m. was on Friday. Okay, so if you did that with a 10-point stop, you would be literally a 1:3, 1:4 by this time. That's pretty interesting. Yeah. So as soon as you take out this high, tapping into this gap, yeah, it makes sense to be break even at this point. Okay. That is a nice 10 a.m. move. We tapped into it perfectly. And price is now pushing. It sucks, right? It sucks that we stayed out. And that's following your rules, right? Statistically, your third trade is, it's not going to be your best trade. So yeah, it just makes sense for us to fade it. Wow, the 10 a.m. worked perfectly. Wow. The 10 a.m. worked absolutely incredibly today. I know a lot of people are going to make noise about this on social media. A lot of people are going to make noise about this on social media. But yeah, it is a powerful strategy. Like, yes, you will take losses along the way, but the fact that that 10-point stop loss is able to give you a 1:5 R, it kind of eats up the hold on. It eats up the what is going on here? It eats up all the losses. Okay, it eats up all the losses. It eats up all the losses. So the 10 a.m. model, you use a limit order, you do a 10-point stop loss, and you target at least a 1:5. And a lot of times that works out. Bro. All right, so that's the 10 a.m. model right there. 10 a.m. model worked perfectly. Kelvin Mensah. How do you mark your 10 a.m.? Because mine was a couple ticks above. Kelvin, are you trading the CFDs or you're trading futures? Yeah, it should be the same. Kelvin, you're trading futures. Futures should be Okay, if you look at the futures, this was the futures. This was the level on the futures markets. What the hell? Wow. So if you're trading the futures market, you could have been manipulated, to be honest. Are you guys seeing that? Like if you took it on the futures market, this is the exact 10 a.m. and look at how price came close to that 10 point. Insane. But looking at the CFDs, it like wigged the 10 a.m. and then immediately shot up to the high. But I just use the 10 a.m. open, just the open of the candle, wherever it opens at. You could just put your level there, extend it out, and just wait for price to come. What I've noticed is that if you have some level of consolidation above the 10 a.m. open, price can manipulate, come down, wick into the 10 a.m. open, and then go back to take the highs right here, right? That's what I've noticed. But then if it just goes up and it comes down, then it's probably going to break through that 10 a.m. and pull back to tap into that 10 a.m. and continue moving to the downside, right? So that's what I'm noticing, all right? Because this one we opened, right? We shot up and then we consolidated, tapped it, and that was it. That was it. That was it. Like if we were patient enough to wait for the 10 a.m., that would have been fine. So moving forward, we probably need to be patient. But you can see that the 15-minute is failing. The 15-minute is failing. We were I mean with regards to the bias, we got the direction right. But unfortunately, price just didn't do it didn't just go straight straight like that. It decided to, play games left, right, center. All right, so that's Monday and Tuesday. Tomorrow we have CPI. Tomorrow, we'll still be in the markets. If you're looking for the trades that the bot is taking, the trades that the bot takes are also put into the VIP, right? And the trades that the bot takes, it's highlighted LS model system. So you can know the difference between the trades that I'm taking and the trades that the bot is taking. All right. Now, yeah, so you can definitely tell which one is the bot and which one is my trading. What the hell am I saying? Which one is the bot and which one is actually my manual trades, okay? All right, so everything went in there today. So make sure that you join, okay? With the getting access to the VIP, you just need an XNES account. It's programmed to allow you to get a VIP account if you have an XNES account under our affiliate link. So make sure you do that and you're able to get access to it. Okay. Now, if you're in a location that does not have XNES and you want to trade with whatever broker you want to trade, or you're trading futures, then you have another opportunity or a different way to get access to it. All you need to do is to sign up to the 47 per month on WAP, and it gives you access to the Discord. The Discord has a channel that sends all the notifications in there. If you wanted to have Discord and Telegram, you still do have access. Okay, so I will catch you guys tomorrow. I do have a couple videos that I have recorded, educational videos inside the WAP, so I will be uploading them today, and a few videos on social media as well. So I will catch you guys tomorrow. All right. You can tell that, yeah, it's really unfortunate. I'm not really excited about what happened, but yeah, I literally don't have control over it, and it is what it is. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Make sure if you've taken 2 trades, don't go crazy, okay? Just don't go crazy. Just leave it alone. Step aside. The markets are not going anywhere, okay? The markets are not going anywhere. We'll come back tomorrow. We see if we can get something. TV got here, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, what can we do? What can we do, Trudies? So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take it easy, and trade safe. All right, peace. Okay, YouTube fam, I will catch you guys on the flip side.